A former Round Rock High School track coach pleaded guilty today to indecency with a child and having an improper relationship with a student. In return, Christopher Cotten accepted a 3-year prison sentence for each charge. A 16-year-old girl told police he kissed her after driving her home from practice and then sent her several text messages with inappropriate photos. Last fall, KXAN investigator Brian Collister highlighted Cotten's case as we focused on teachers with hidden histories.
And these teachers were moving from district to district without anyone fully checking their questionable backgrounds, right, Brian?
That's right. A personnel record of a teacher is public information for anyone who requests to see it. That file includes all sorts of information, including any problems with that employee. But we learned most school districts never asked for these records when they interview a job candidate. And it's what happened when Christopher Cotten went to Round Rock ISD.
Mr. Cotten, did you have an inappropriate relationship with a student?
But Round Rock wasn't the first sign of trouble. KXAN discovered Austin ISD fired him in 2000 for sending inappropriate emails to a female student. Soon after, though, Pflugerville ISD hired him, and then he went to work at Round Rock ISD in 2004. Both of those districts tell us they did not know AISD had fired Cotten or why. When you hire a teacher or someone that's going to be in a school with children, don't you want to know everything about them?
We want to know as much as we possibly can.
In fact, our investigation found neither district requested a copy of this, Cotten's personnel file at AISD. If they had, they would have seen this letter written by the principal at Stephen F. Austin High School, which says Cotten had been engaging inappropriately with a female student, a 9th grader. Cotten had sent her an email described as highly inappropriate for a teacher and a student. We obtained the letter by simply filing a public information request for Cotten's entire personnel file. If you had requested Christopher Cotten's personnel file from AISD, this letter would have been in there. And it talks about the inappropriate relationship he had. Would you have hired him if you'd seen this letter?
I don't know if that letter would have been in his personnel file.
It was. It's in the personnel file that we got under the Public Information Act.
Okay.
At Pflugerville ISD, the head of human resources says it's not standard procedure among school districts to request personnel files.
The personnel file is voluminous and often does not have information of concern in it.
This is a letter that was in Christopher Cotten's personnel file, and this district never asked for it. Why wouldn't you want to see something like this?
I can't speak to the procedures that were going on in hiring back then. I cannot speak to those procedures. What I can do is tell you that I have looked back and saw that Pflugerville ISD followed appropriate procedures. 3 references were contacted in Austin ISD, and 3 good references were given for Mr. Cotten.
Would you have hired somebody with this letter if you had read it?
No, absolutely not.
Pflugerville says it did what the law requires, a criminal background check and verification of a valid teaching certificate. But you still don't ask for a personnel file.
We do not ask for the personnel file.
Now, Pflugerville says that would slow down the hiring process. But even if a school district was to ask for those records, we also uncovered school districts are hiding information, which could still put a troubled teacher in your child's classroom. Online now, check out our full investigation, including an interview with the grandfather of Christopher Cotten's victim. Brian Collister, KXAN Investigates.
The U.S.